I guess we can take a look at this fleet design we've got going on here, as we do have the ability to add cruisers to it now. But we probably want to build our own cruiser. So why don't we think about that? Let's go to the ship designer. Look at a cruiser. And what do we want on this? We could do the broadside stuff. I think, or we could do like more of an artillery ship. I think that the cruiser class probably should end up being more broadside. We could have to do a ship of the line, and then we'll have our battleships do the artillery thing. So I figure we could do, I don't know, what would, is that a, okay, now let's do broadside. So we could do a couple of void beams on this design. Maybe like one in the front and one in the back. And then definitely like the idea of having some coil guns in the center. Maybe a UV laser as well up front. The UV laser actually, so it does, it's better in armor damage, and this is better. Oh, I see. So actually, if we're going to do the null void beams, we should do the UV lasers. And what's the damage like? So these are 5.62. These are 9. But this will do 4 times that. So when they're fighting shields, these will do like 20. So having a couple of those will be good. So I wonder if we should just do 3 and 3. Although those are minus 75% on armor and hull. It's actually perhaps not. 2 is probably enough. Basically, the front and the back will be focused on getting rid of their shields, and then the lasers will take out their armor. Some better shields in there. Regenerative hull tissue would be nice. We are low on power at the moment, but we can probably fix that by, there we go, cold fusion. What is this? So that gives us a better chance to hit, which might be nice. We also do afterburners, just make the thing faster. Which, 135 versus 123. I don't know that that's really, I don't think that's enough of a difference. We don't really need a reactor booster because we're good on power. We'll just do a random. Yeah, we'll call it the Virtus class. Let's have an auto upgrade for now until we decide to change it later, but I'm liking the look at this. Look at this right now. It's got a balance in armor and shields, and yeah. And let's go ahead and add this to our main battle fleet. Can add 5 of them onto there. Though it may be time to get rid of these raiders. I think it is. Which will then allow us to add a 6th. And then we can just fill in 2 corvettes there. Speaking of the corvettes, let's take a look at our design for those right now. Are we happy with this for the moment? Got our shield damage there. We could, actually we could do a null void beam here. And then have 2 lasers because that can hit the armor. That might actually be a better combo. I do like having the afterburners. That's if we do interceptor. What? No. mean, we could do a missile situation, but I think I prefer the setup with the null void beam and then the 2 lasers. We'll get some afterburners in there, and then we can do some shields and maybe like 2 armors. Or would it be better to do 2 shields, maybe? Make use of the extra power we have. Alright. I don't think we have any other upgrades here. That's on Swarm. Although, if we do go the armor route, we can probably... No, not quite. It's not worth it. Alright, so we'll have to upgrade our ships here. And we'll upgrade those a little later. Oh, Visceral, thank you for doing that. I just saw your message in the chat. Have a good evening. Or Vesterio, I'm sorry. That's how it's probably pronounced. So, let's see. Where are we at now? We can get a building on Damia Prime. And what do we need? Actually, I don't have a ton of heavy needs at the moment, other than maybe some energy credits. So I kind of want to, again, sink some stuff into research, as we can always use research. Get the tech advantage, especially as our Empire Sprawl keeps getting larger and larger. To that end, let's make it get larger. I'm liking the idea of taking this system here and messing around with this Steam Age civilization. Let's see, how's the... Alright, we're still excavating there. It looks like a new event is pending. As the science ship approaches TBR-7, a vast and time-worn door is revealed. Who would have built such a thing, and why? Perhaps the answers are hidden inside. Yeah, let's open this door. I want to see what's inside. Who doesn't want to see what's inside? Seems like a natural thing. Alright, they're going off to take care of maybe some space amoeba or something that's over here. Let's see, in the meantime, we can also upgrade this fleet, maybe get some of those cruisers.
Complete.
Factions are still pretty much happy. We're above 70% on all of them, so I don't think we have to worry much there. So we do have an idle construction ship, but we can't really do anything with them until path is cleared.
Construction.
Everyone else is pretty busy. I guess we can probably think about what our next steps are geopolitically.
Construction.
Are they're still well behind. Probably need more fleet power before we can do that maneuver. Unless we just want to take some more things.
Star system charge.
Which I suppose is always an option. Don't really have enough influence to make claims right now, though.
Construction complete.
We don't have any other... We don't really have any other casus belli to use. Ah, appears we are fighting the space amoeba. Alright, let's also have them in here. And then we can start exploring that arm, potentially expanding outward. Got some new research. I think the choice here is between research output and energy credits. And I think I want the output right now for research. And it doesn't appear there's anybody here. So let's send them back to get upgraded. Looks like they can do so at our home world in that shipyard.
Sphere of influence expanded.
It looks like we've got our first cruiser ready to go here, which is exciting. We can now use the expropriation on the Spyron Combine. Oh, I see. It appears that this is a criminal syndicate. So we could go to war with them if we wanted to get them off of our world. The problem is I don't know how we would... I don't really have a way to get to them, even through here at this stage. But it does appear that in the south there is a border there. Yeah, there's not much we can do about that at the moment. We'll just have to keep an eye on the planet for crime, I guess. Wonder if there's I forgot the name of the planet that... No, it's not going to tell me, is it? Oh, wait. On our capital in Sutharia. So at the next opportunity, we could build a stronghold here. I think it would be. Oh, no, no, stronghold, precinct house. And that might help control that situation a little bit. But right now it doesn't seem to be much of a problem since it's just gotten built. Let's continue building this up. Considering changing one of these to a shipyard. I think that would be a good idea. We're also low on consumer goods again. Let's go ahead and fix that. And we have an archaeological event to look at. Opening the vault has raised more questions than it has answered. Contained within an esoteric collection of items ranging from junk to what are possibly artifacts from a forgotten empire. Sorting through it all took some time, but we did find some useful items. Neat. Got some plasteel materials. And our bureaucracy tech has finished. So let's see what we can do. We don't really need new starbase capacity. Maybe those are useful. I mean, these are nice to strike craft. Habitability is always good, but I think we want the tile blockers for now, so we can. Some of these worlds are gonna get to a point where we're gonna need that before too long.
Construction complete.
Oh, let's see. We have a raider coming. So that's going to be a problem. I don't know where they're going to come from, but we're clearly not really going to be able to fight them. But I also don't want our fleet to get destroyed by it either. So that's going to be kind of one of those get out of the way and fix the damage after it's done kind of situations, unfortunately, I think. Alright, so this excavation site is done, so we'll move on to the next one. And here we will build an observation post. Some mining stations. And then we'll claim that, well, we don't have enough for that, so we'll just continue. Kind of take care of those for the moment. Not sure where those raiders are going to come from. mean, there's really only 2 paths in here.
Star
That's over
system
here,
charted.
or 3. The south, or the north.
Vessels upgraded.
Ah, these folks are stuck, aren't they? Well, we're gonna have to disband this ship then, and build a replacement.
Construction complete. Construction complete.
Guess we could start looking at building an army again. Perhaps this time of our better psionic units. So yeah, let's start building up a psionic army.
Technology secured.
So we can start prepping for war again. What do we want here? Let's get these amoeba flagella. Maybe we can end up building a kind of carrier of sorts. And we do have a tile blocker that we're going to want to get rid of. In this world, we could probably also start thinking about another colony. We could go to the savannah. This tropical world seems alright. We're getting a new leader. I don't think we have enough influence to do anything about it, though. So, RNG it is, I guess. We need more housing here. And a new building. And I think I want more research.
Technology secured.
Ooh, habitats are finished. So now we can build something else in engineering. We do have the missile bonus from this person, so we could probably get, or is it propulsion? Yeah, which is this considered? Okay, missiles are propulsion. So we probably would get a pretty strong bonus on that, and probably finish it pretty quickly. Oh yeah, so let's do that. We could get a new kind of laser, which seems nice. Let's do that. Since our ships use those pretty heavily. Alright, so we have a new leader, which meant our society leader left us. Luckily, though, we can recruit a genius. Now, I wonder, do we want to keep the genius there, though? I mean, this person's pretty much set where they are with their traits. We could swap these two, though, and maybe get a little bit more on physics. That might be more important for some of the plans we have coming up. So why don't we have this one become Tiberius, Lucius, and then yeah. So now let's see what it looks like. Yeah, it seems reasonable. It'd really be nice to get some more psionic folks. But I think that time will definitely come very soon. 17 months, it looks like.
Construction.
Right, we got a long way to fleet cap. Which means we need to build more. And we have a new archaeological site, the Rubricator. Again. Toppled over buildings, crashed spaceships, lumps of melted junk, and trinkets burned to a crisp indicate that the former inhabitants of Hagawa 4 fled their homes in the midst of a losing battle against a superior foe. The presence of bodies bearing foreign military insignia suggests it may have been infighting between clans of rats native to different homeworlds. Their excavation efforts were impeded by their unwillingness to abandon their treasure trinkets, and many lost their lives scrabbling to save completely mundane items. One artifact, however, seems to have held a special place in their society, the Rubricator. It appears they fought long and hard to save it, but ultimately had to leave it behind. Curious. So now we're going to learn more about the Rubricator. And our Empire capital has the ability to have a new building. And I think with this crime thing going on, we're going to go ahead and build a precinct house. See if we can't combat that a little bit. Because that plus 90 is rough. And, of course, we're also going to get unity out of it, which is a nice bonus. And we also need houses. Oh, here, which we're already building houses on. So, seems I already took care of that, but forgot. We're gonna need it. We are gonna need housing here. This seems like a good place to produce a bunch of food. And I think it's time. Let's think about another colony. We have some choices. We could go. Oh, this relic world that we're excavating could end up being pretty special. So maybe we should definitely build a colony ship for that. Desert world seems okay, but we probably should wait till the excavation's done before we think about that one. This tropical world is pretty close and suitable. Maybe we'll do that one first. How are the other things doing? Probably need to start engaging in a larger buildup of military forces. Which means we could, if we wanted, we could move over to a militarized economy.
Construction complete.
But I don't know that we can handle that on the consumer goods side right now. But I guess we could just make it a point to
construction complete.
Take the next couple of buildings and just take care of the shortcoming on the market in the meantime. Let's get plus steel armor because it'd be super fast. And you know what? We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take the risk there. We're gonna go militarized economy.
Technology secured.
Alright, let's go up to the next level of armor after that.
War declared.
Does not have to do with us. And boy, did we take a hit on consumer goods. But we're up to 35 alloys. So our next couple of buildings, I think, are going to have to be of the consumer goods variety.
Construction complete.
All right, let's see. We have our last prosperity tradition to do here, which means we get an ascension perk. And we are going to pick Transcendence. The Great Awakening. The Khell'Zen species has experienced what can only be described as a Great Awakening. For a time now, We have been aware of the great psionic potential inherent in our species, but such powers have only manifested themselves in a small minority. Until now. Almost overnight, Khell'Zen everywhere have unlocked their full psionic capability. It is as if some sort of communal pool of Khell'Zen's psychic energy finally reached a critical tipping point, collectively awakening the latent abilities of our brains. Telepathy has already replaced most verbal communication between Khell'Zen, and this is only one small example of the innumerable changes our society is faced with. We are now tied together in a way few of us could have ever imagined. The veil has been lifted. So that's super cool. I think that means that, like, everybody is psionic, maybe? Yeah. Which is great because now everybody's given us like a plus 10 to research speed. So this person's, you know, gets plus 20 just from traits. I think it also maybe impacts like specialist output. Let's see if we look at demographics. Psionic, so we get plus 10% research and energy credits from jobs, which is pretty nice.
Technology secured.
The Shroud. Like a muffled whisper in a dark room, the Shroud calls to us from within our minds. It is a primordial realm of pure psychic energy that came into being at the dawn of time. All creatures that have been gifted with psionic abilities tap into the Shroud in some way to draw power, even if only subconsciously. Since our transcendence, we have begun to see the Shroud with greater clarity. There are patterns where once our strongest telepaths can only see a formless mass of swirling energy. There are things as well, spirits of a sort that gaze back on us from the other side, sometimes with curiosity, sometimes with kindness, and sometimes with malice. We are still in the process of learning the extent of our new powers, but it may be possible for us to commune with these spirits. It will require the combined efforts of our most powerful telepaths. We must explore the Shroud, which means we're definitely going to explore the Shroud. For now, though, let us get another tile blocker, and let's see, situation log. Let's breach this Shroud. We also have this colony ship, which we will want to send over here. Oh, it seems I chose the wrong species for that. I probably have someone who has a preference. Is there somebody who has a preference for tropical worlds? No, arid. Is there still a... human are the ones. That's interesting. Oh, they have the adaptive trait. That's why. This one, I guess. Can send out this way. I mean, we're gonna want to colonize this planet, I think.
War declared.
So I guess we're gonna do two colonies at once. And we got an archaeological site event. Kleptomanic rats again. There is an order to the rats' chaos. In a somewhat official-looking building towards the center of town, there is a digital inventory of every single item, complete with their origins, gross misinterpretations of their intended uses, as well as some highly unhelpful notes on where to find them. The rubricator, described as a thingamajig maker with magical powers, has its place to the right of the Empress's lilac ribbon, under her snout swabs on the four-legged box with a funny face, wherever that is. Alright, so we're going to keep looking. Keep looking for the Rubricator.